just wild, dude. This last 4 years has been insane. I still remember like yesterday, dude, when Trump was when he won. I just felt like it was a dream. Not even because like I was anti-Trump at the time, because like I'm really not political. Like I don't associate. I know majority of my mindset leans towards Democrat, but I do agree with some Republican things too. I just don't really associate with like one side or the other. I don't feel like it needs to or should be that way. I kind of just have my opinions on things and stick with them. But I just thought like there was no way in hell this dude was gonna win because he was like a freaking billionaire, had no political background, was literally the host of a freaking
Yeah.
MTV show or something out. It's just that was where like when he won, I just remember being like, wait, is this real life right now?
Well, it's interesting because it's like I was kind of in the same camp too. Like when he was running, um, I never really was behind him, but at the same time, it's like I thought that the race at that time was entertaining because it's like in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's not gonna win, but like this is gonna be an entertaining like campaign, and
Exactly.
like we're gonna see how this goes, and then life will go on when he doesn't win, and what, and then he won, and I'm just like, how the fuck
Yeah.
does this happen? Because he doesn't take the typical route to presidency like most do through other avenues of politics. And I mean, most people who rise up and become presidents, like you didn't really hear their name before they were running for president.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody
Exactly.
knew who Donald Trump was become a celebrity factor. His show, The Apprentice, just by being one of the richest men in the country, in the world, or whatever the case may be, and the businessman that he is. Um, you know, And so you just take the celebrity factor and you just think, okay, like he's not going to win. And plus, just like the way that he pops off from the mouth and puts things out there in social media, it's like you'd think cancel culture would take care of him, you
Yeah.
know. But and especially now, it's like he still does all the same things and says all the same things
Hmm.
and that are teetering on the brink of like just blasphemy. But it's just like but, like, cancel culture doesn't cancel him, or for whatever reason, they can't because he's the president,
Yeah.
Or it's like they can't impeach him because he's the president. It's like he's always got some team probably in there, like, one step ahead of him,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's
it's
wild, but
frustrating, it's
the
frustrating.
yeah. But the other thing that makes it kind of crazy is like the fact that he did become president and where he came from. Like we got Kanye West running for president, and this dude is completely off his rocker right now.
You know,
Like,
go well for
but
him.
like the reality is like because Trump was elected. I mean, here we have
Yeah,
Kanye, who's like
not out of the realm
literally,
of possibilities
yeah, like
nowadays.
he's on the brink of like major mental breakdown. He still could has a very legitimate
Yeah.
chance of becoming president.
I mean, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor, and like I think he would make a far better president than either of those gentlemen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I wouldn't want to see him in office either.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
like
don't think he can either because he wasn't born here, right? Is that still a rule? I think that was a rule. I remember like if you're not
I think
born,
it's still a rule for presidency. Like you have
yeah,
to
I
be
think it to
like,
be president, one of the stipulations is if you have to be born in the United States, and I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
no, definitely not. He's
But I
born
do
in like
just that
Austria.
just popped into my head. But no, I agree with you. Yeah, dude, it just I don't know.
But what the presidency from what Trump did do is it definitely unlocked the doors for more potential candidates in
Yeah,
the future. And what I mean by that, it's like you typically would see people either rise through politics through they studied political science in college, and then they worked in this person's campaign office, and then they became they working for the assembly or the senate, or whatever different ranks, until they finally climb high enough to make a name for themselves, to put on somebody's radar, to be a vice president, let alone a
yeah,
president. And then it's like, and those are people who make careers out of that.
hmm,
And then versus just to go from a business person that just be like, man, I think I'm gonna run for president this year. You
yeah,
know, like,
yeah, and that's what it really was like, dude.
okay. But I also kind of think like in the age that we're living in now with people, like you hear the term so often, influencers, right?
Yeah,
And how celebrities use their platforms to influence others and to they have a following per se. It's like you could see certain high profile celebs who, if they really wanted to, I mean, Kanye West, we're not going to talk about that because he's just not stable.
Yeah.
But like if you talked about like other potential celebrities who really take an interest into politics and what's going on, it's like and they have already made a name for themselves, whether it's movies, TV,
Hmm.
whatever the hell it may be. People know them.
Yeah.
And if they're saying the right things, they'll
Like,
get elected,
so,
you know?
so like in reality, like to prove your point, what if tomorrow Michael Jordan announced him running for president and went through
Right.
the entire thing saying all the right things?
Exactly. Exactly.
He would have a realistic chance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's awesome, but also it's still crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying like like you have to have political background to be president. I don't necessarily believe that. I feel like the concept of Trump had potential where, not having the political background but having the business background was good. The only thing about it is it was Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like anyone else that had big business background and had like maybe a few different brain cells, I can understand where having a successful major business person running a country is not a bad idea. But at the same time, like the politics is so crazy. Like you have to have some experience. And I think that's what shows like his inexperience is what really shines through the most.
Yeah.
Because
But see, I think
I know
that,
he's done some business moves that like not every single thing he's done has been a dumpster fire. He's made some financial
no.
moves that have actually I don't want to say benefit the country, but haven't been dumpster fires. We'll leave it at that. So it does still spark the thought in my mind of like, what if we had that big business person that wasn't a narcissist?
Well, my problem with Trump is like is he's been big business, but he's been big business for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like he's built his own personal brand. He's got Trump Tower hotels. He's got his own
Yeah.
like
It's me, 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 me.
he owns it. Exactly. He owns this. I own this. I have this golf course. I have these hotels. It's like whereas where I feel like big business could succeed here is you need somebody who's been a CEO of a company
Yeah.
for and had a lot of success, but they don't own that company.
Yeah.
They were brought in because they're a great CEO,
Yeah.
and it's the
COO.
thing they've done or that they've moved on. They've been CEO maybe for 2 or 3 different companies. You get
Yeah.
somebody that's well respected like that, like a Bezos or something like that, you know what I mean? But
Yep.
because those are people who understand how to work for others.
Yeah.
And I'm working for the board, like, they brought me in here to do something,
Yeah.
and I need to stick to it, otherwise I'm gonna be gone because I don't own this thing. I can't just do whatever I want and tell people to get lost because I own this thing,
Yeah.
you know? And so I feel like he's always had that mentality, and he's trying to act the same way here with the country, like, "We're gonna do it my way, or you guys all just doing it wrong,"
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, you can't do that with people and expect people to get behind you and support you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously some do, but I mean, I don't see it that way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I just that commercial today just made me realize like how fucking crazy this all is right now.
Well, because here's an example, right? It's like if tomorrow Barack Obama started as the new CEO for Apple,
Hmm.
I think Apple would do fine. But if Donald Trump did it,
Yeah.
it'd be a little different.
Yeah.
Tell you that.
Yeah. That is true.
So